All right, here we go. Light up those pumpkins, everybody, because we are live. Let's see who else is awake and alive out there tonight. What is up, everybody? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Welcome to it. If you're new here, if you have no idea what's going on, if you happen to just stumble into this live stream by accident and you're like, what the hell's happening here? My name is Matt. We are Halloween Daily News, and this is Michael Myers Monday Live, our weekly. It's been 2 weeks since our last one. Sometimes it's not every single week, but it's our weekly hangout and geek out with our fellow Michael Myers Halloween movie fans, fanatics, and everything in between. Our friends here on the Halloween Daily News YouTube channel. So if you're new, welcome. Thanks for being here. Think about giving us a subscribe and a like and all that good stuff. And to all of my returning friends, what's up, everybody? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Like I said, it has been 2 long weeks since our last Monday night live stream. So if you're here, then that means you made it. You survived not one, but 2 more weeks in this world. And more importantly, like I always say, you survived another Monday today. And that in itself is reason to celebrate. So that's what we're doing here tonight. We are celebrating. It is Monday, the last Monday of February. And all that means is just more Michael Myers Mondays in March. Michael Myers March, in fact. That's right. Taking over the whole month, right? All right, happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. We're going to get into it, and I'm going to check in with the live chat over here. I see a lot of familiar names lighting it up already. How is everybody this evening? Harhound 78 is in the house. Loves going to this. Haven't been in a while. So here I am. I'm glad you're here. Welcome, 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 welcome back. Sammy, of course, in the house. The great Patrick Ring is here as well, one of our channel members. Think about becoming an HDN channel member. The community is just starting to grow. It's still pretty small, but we're trying to get a few more members in, and we're going to do some exclusive live chats and stuff like that. It's just $5 a month, and for now, you get some cool benefits like custom emojis and badges and all that cool stuff, and you get to see certain videos early and get some members only content as well. It's really just a way to help support the channel. So just think about that. Patrick's one of our members. I appreciate you being here, man. Let's see. Let me scroll up a little bit. Teen Wolf is in here as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Waited 6 hours for this to start, man. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you for hanging out. We're finally here. We're going. Vibes is in the house. What's up, Josh? Thanks for being here. David Suber, of course, lighting it up. I love to see it. Rob Windsor's here as well. Let's see. Byron, what's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday to you. Let's see. Darkman is here as well. Tim Leo, love to see it. Yes, lots of awesome people in here. I see Phil, Darlene earlier as well. Art is here, another one of our channel members. Thanks for being here, Art. JL Dunn is here as well. Thanks for being here. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Of course, Megan, one of our regular friends and supporters here. Thanks for hanging out with us this evening. All right. So, again, we're probably not going to be on here. I don't anticipate being on here too long. Probably will be done well before midnight, I anticipate, but you never know. That a lot of that depends on you guys. There's Andromeda checking in, our newest channel member. I love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. All right, we got a pretty good crowd filtering in here. Just real quick, I normally do a show and tell. I'm not going to do a big one right now. I was going to do a low stock alert and let you guys know that we didn't have many of the young Michael Myers clown masks left in stock, but I went ahead and posted it on our socials yesterday, and we sold out of those last 3 that we had. So I do just want to remind you all that if you have not yet purchased the officially licensed Halloween mask, it's not an in mask, ins mask, we do have them in stock right now at HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. You can find a link down in the description of this video if you're interested, and they look really great. You can always check out my unboxing video. This is that very first one, if you'll remember, that I pulled out of the box when they first arrived. It became my own. It's the one I wore out October 31st. I also wore it to the HN's premiere at our local theater. So I'm going to set it back over here for tonight. But I did want to remind you that they are in stock. They look great. And as always, if you give me a heads up that you ordered one after watching the show and you do it within the next 24 hours before midnight on Tuesday, then we'll throw in an extra little treat for you. And not quite a low stock alert, but almost. It's starting to get low. We do have these amazing H4 wall decor sets. We've also got some Halloween 3 Season of the Witch sets, as well as some Halloween 78 sets. But these H4s are great because you get the Jamie Lloyd right here. You also get an awesome Dr. Loomis face and a couple other. You get 4 pieces in all, and they're just $10, and they are meant to be that retro style wall decor that a lot of us grew up with in the 70s and 80s. All right, so check out that and lots more in stock right now at HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. Okay, I'm going to take a breath and a drink right now, and then we are going to go over. I mean, we don't have, like I said, a ton to talk about tonight, but there are a couple little bite-sized news bits that we're going to focus in on, including Jamie Lee Curtis making an announcement, very interesting announcement earlier today, and what that may or may not mean. I'm interested in y'all's take. Looking down the road just a few months from now for 45 Years of Terror. So we're going to get into all of that and a few other little items that we have to look at here today. We're also going to be taking a look at the results of a YouTube poll that I posted last Monday, and we'll launch this week's poll. And I look forward to getting your feedback on that. That's going to be a new regular feature here. Of course, at the end of the show, we'll do shout outs. And I do have a brief video we're going to show a little bit later on, a little flashback to 5 years ago at H40, 40 Years of Terror in Pasadena. You know, we're just beginning the countdown for the 45 Years of Terror franchise anniversary event coming up at the end of September in Pasadena. We talked about it during our last Triple M. We're going to be talking about it during most of these live streams moving forward this year as the hype continues to grow and as announcements start being made. But tonight we're going to take a look back, a little flashback, brief video in just a little bit to one of the many magical moments that we witnessed and were actually able to capture at the 40 Years of Terror event. Some of you know what I'm talking about, probably. Regular viewers have seen it here before, but we're going to get into that. All right. Let me just pause here for a second. Pika has checked in. What's up? Michael Myers is in the house as well. Awesome. Teen Wolf. Yes, the mask is nasty and awesome. Yeah, it looks great. Let's see. Sammy, happy Triple M. Yes. Andromeda, another one of our esteemed members here, congratulating Jamie Lee Curtis on her SAG Award win last night. Yep, I'm going to talk about that in just a couple minutes. One thing that I do want to talk about right off the bat, it's a news item that we didn't mention last time, and I just want to give you a heads up because it's almost over. You're almost out of time. If you haven't yet voted, most of you probably have, on the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards. Voting ends tonight, and they're going to be announcing the winners in a couple weeks. As far as this franchise, Halloween Ends did not receive too many nominations, but it did receive one nomination, and a very worthy one at that, because say what you want about Ends or about any of these last 3 films, but I don't think I'm going to hear any of you guys arguing that the soundtrack to all 3 films by John Carpenter, Cody Carpenter, Daniel Davies, the soundtracks to all 3 films, phenomenal, just absolute highlights, and just unanimous high points for this modern trilogy, if you ask me. So very rightfully, the soundtrack is nominated for Best Score in the 2023 Fangoria Chainsaw Awards. So you want to get over there to fangoria.com, cast your vote. Tonight, like I said, we're probably going to be done before midnight Eastern time here, so you should have time to do it. It's at fangoria.com. If you haven't already, you've probably already voted. But I expect in a few weeks we will be here congratulating Carpenter and crew for the win. Another quick little news bit I wanted to bring up before we get into Jamie Lee Curtis and her SAG win last night. We have to acknowledge the passing of another franchise icon. And no, I don't mean another death in the family this time. This time we are talking about the iconic building used in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch as the outdoor exterior shot of the Silver Shamrock Factory. And as you see, you've seen it throughout social media. It is unfortunately in the process of being torn down. In the fictional town of Santa Mira, of course, the film is not shot in Santa Mira. That's not a real place. But, all right, let's pause right here because we're going to have a drink in memory of this iconic filming location, but we are also going to pause to salute our friend Horror Hounds, who just dropped a super chat. Let me pull over here so we don't miss this. I love it. Horror Hounds dropping in with a $2 super chat. You are awesome. Thank you for being here. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. You know what we do. Super chats, as always, they're enabled. You're more than welcome. Again, it's just a way to help show some support and help us keep the lights on around here and keep doing what we do. And if you enjoy what we do, then we appreciate every little bit, whether it's shopping in our online store, shopping at our spring store, which we have links down below, our HDN merch, doing super chats, joining the HDN club, any or all of the above, or none of that, just hanging out and being with us. That helps too. Just try to drop us a like and maybe hit the share button if you don't mind. But here you go, Horror Hounds. This one's to you. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Thank you so much. I love it. I love it. Horror Hounds 1978. One of our biggest supporters here and is on Instagram as well for many years now. Love to see it. Thank you so much. All right. I did want to go back to we just talked about the H3. So before we move on from this, you guys give me your comments on this H3 building demolition. Did you ever make it out to this filming site? I personally did not. We were fortunate enough to see some of the H3 filming sites around Pasadena at Sean Clark's Horror's Hallowed Grounds tour in 2018 at the 40 Years of Terror. But never been to this building. But you guys let me know in the comments below, as well as here in the live chat here tonight, if you've been to this location. Thank you so much, Horror Hounds. I love it. You guys know I love some Season of the Witch. Elliot Ness has checked in as well. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Oh, Pika says they've already closed voting. Oh, well, I guess that's it then, if it's already closed down. I don't know. I thought it was till midnight tonight, but maybe they've already shut it down. Liz Sag has checked in as well. Happy Michael Myers Monday to you. Michael. Michael's in the house too. All right, another news item I definitely wanted to bring to your attention, and I don't know if you've heard about this. This is something that happened um previously. Um, I think they did this last year, but they are doing it again this summer. What this is our friend Kenny, who owns and lives at the Myers House, North Carolina. That's right, the life size replica of the iconic Myers House. He lives there. Um, he hosts around the country these on-set cinema screenings, and he's done many for the franchise. They're actually doing one in Wilmington in April for Halloween Kills. That one is sold out. There's always limited attendance at these events, but this one is not quite sold out yet. This is, like I said, at least the second time, maybe the third time they have shown Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers at the Myers house, where Kara Strode, the Strode family in this film, have moved in to the Myers house. This version of the Myers house was shot in Salt Lake City, Utah, and that's where this screening is happening on Sunday, August 27th. And these screenings are pretty cool. You know, they show the film there on site, and as you can see here in the description, um, there's a complete guided tour of the property as well as a look inside the actual house itself, and um, attendees can even hang out in the backyard, right where Deborah Strode, played by Kim Darby in the film, gets killed by Michael in the clotheslines with an axe. One of the best scenes in the film. You can even go down in the basement, it says, where John Strode, played by Bradford English, discovers the bloody clothes in the washing machine and then gets stabbed by Michael and pushed onto an electrical box. You can stand right where some of these amazing, iconic, fan favorite death scenes were shot and watch the film right there at the Myers house, aka the Strode house in Curse of Michael Myers. And I should have put links to all of these down in the description before we started, but as you saw, I was running a little bit behind, as is scrambling just a little bit this evening, so I did not put a link down there. But that you can get tickets and full details right now at myershousenc.com, and that is the Onset Cinema series. All right, horror hounds, you got to head out. Happy Michael Myers Monday. Thank you for checking in. What's up, Phil? Where am I? At the moment, I'm right here at HDN headquarters here on NC's Outer Banks, Kill Devil Hills to be exact, in the dark heart of Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. That's where we are nestled. Um, that's not all for the news, but before we get to our main headline this week, I'm going to do one of tonight's shout outs early. We usually do the shout outs at the end, but this one's too cool. This one comes from our buddy and sometimes occasional commentator in our live chat. You never know, he pops in every now and then. But some of you might have seen this. The great Oscar-winning makeup effects artist, Michael Myers mask creator of the last three films, Christopher Nelson, posted some amazing behind the scenes photos earlier today for Michael Myers Monday using the hashtag and everything. Gotta love that. These are from the set of Halloween Kills. And as you can see, this is Tom Jones Jr. in some amazing prosthetics as Dr. Samuel Loomis. Now, again, just like with the soundtracks, I mean, I think everybody's pretty unanimous that the soundtracks to all three of these films kicked ass. They kick ass. And another undisputed part of whatever you thought of Kills or even any of the other films, I've not heard pretty much anybody that I can think of have anything negative to say about the flashback scenes and specifically this way that they resurrected Dr. Loomis. The story's been told. Tom Jones Jr., he was working on the crew, and they just noticed that he looked a lot like Donald Pleasance. And a lot of us, when we saw that those shots of Dr. Loomis in HK, saw it for the first time. I, like many of you, we just assumed, well, this is some digital trickery here. This is like de-aging. This is like, like when they brought Princess Leia back from the dead after Carrie Fisher had passed on and something like that. I mean, that's what I thought anyway, the first time I saw it. And then we learned very soon after that, no, that was actually the genius work of Christopher and his team. So today, for Michael Myers Monday over on Instagram, Christopher shared 2 new images of Tom Jones Jr. in full makeup as Dr. Loomis for HK. Christopher says in the caption, the makeup, costume, and camera test for Loomis, Halloween Kills. Lots of love went into the prosthetics, look, costumes, etc. with Vincent Van Dyke and Sasha Camacho. Appliances are ears, nose, upper and lower eyes, temples, top of head, hair pieces, brows, beard, hair. And we get an even better close-up here as well. I love that we are still getting new behind-the-scenes footage and images released. In this case, a few years since HK has been out. I anticipate there will be more. We know there's other scenes, other endings in some case, and there's got to be tons of other footage out there that has not been released yet. And I imagine that will probably come in good time. But I love these behind the scenes photos when we get them, and what a triumph this was, bringing back the iconic Dr. Loomis character. And while we're on Christopher's IG here, I just want to go down because he did share something else very cool just a few days ago as well, that I know you guys will appreciate because I did. He says of these photos we're looking at, again, from Instagram, from Christopher Nelson's at CNelsonFX Instagram account. He says from beginning till ends, these mini hollow masks, 3D printed by Vincent Van Dyke, by Dan Tierney. It's a gift. They are the size of a large softball mounted to a classy piece of blackwood with a pottery finish. So thoughtful. Thank you so much. So, again, these are gifts from to Christopher to commemorate. And very interesting that, you see 4 masks, obviously, there, including the flashback Michael, the 78 look, as embodied by Aaron Armstrong for those flashback scenes. And then, of course, 2018 kills and ends from left to right, respectively. And, of course, kills, ends, and 2018, all embodied so effectively by our friend James June Courtney. So, you can see Nick Castle's even commented over there on the IG account. He says cool. He thinks it's cool too. But I really love looking at this because, again, these are minis, these are miniatures, and they're hollowed out. But it really gives us a really good up close, detailed look at these sculpts. Some of the best look at these sculpts that we've gotten yet. So here is that 78 look from HK. worn by Aaron Armstrong. Here is the 2018. Kills. And ends. And again, those mini replicas of the actual masks, they were gifted to Christopher. He said from Vincent Van Dyke and Danielle Trinanzi. I hope I'm saying that right. Trinanzi. Maybe that's better. Um, I'm butchering that worse than Michael Myers butchered anybody in these films. I feel like I apologize, Danielle. Trinanzi. There we go. I think that's right. In any case, these things look amazing, and I know you guys can appreciate. I know they were posted a few days ago, but since our last live stream, I wanted to bring them up and take a look at them because again, just giving us really good up close looks. And I'm not going to do it here tonight, but you can compare to, uh, not to make everything a commercial for products that we carry in our store, but yeah, I mean, you can see those details that are present on those trick or treat replicas, even. Um, as reflected here. That ends though, it is so just so gnarly when you really get in there and look at all the cracked details. I love it. You guys tell me what you think in the live stream right now. David says he met Christopher and Ryan Freeman walking around at Days of the Dead Atlanta. Talked to him again. They're working on Exorcist in Atlanta. Yes, yes, working on David Gordon Green's The Exorcist. Or maybe it'll just be David Gordon Green's Exorcist. That'd be kind of cool, do like the Batman thing, play with the word the. Chainsaw franchise has done that too. I don't know. Just an idea. Maybe it'll just be Exorcist instead of The Exorcist this time. In any case, that's awesome, David, that they were just hanging out, walking around. Although I'm not entirely surprised. That seems pretty on brand for Christopher. That's awesome. Rob says he killed it with those mini figs. Yes, yes, those mini replicas really are just amazing. Beautiful. Teen Wolf agrees. Gorgeous mini masks, absolutely. Sammy, I gotta agree with you. They are beautiful. Uncle Jizzle says he met Christopher at Monster Mania Hunt Valley. Excellent. David loves the name. I think you're talking about the name of our town, Cotable Hills here. It's true. It's really where it's right where the Wright brothers flew as well. We're like a few blocks from there actually. Right here on the Outer Banks, North Carolina, believe it or not. Pika got the Michael Bobkill bobblehead as gift for your birthday. Oh, excellent, excellent, excellent. Oh man, I love that one so much. I mean, is that the greatest bobblehead of all time? I mean, I think it probably is, right? And happy birthday, by the way. Happy belated birthday, Pika. Okay, Andromeda had mentioned earlier congratulating the illustrious Jamie Lee Curtis, our own uh, Laurie Strode, for her win last night. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Jamie Lee Curtis did, in fact, win another award last night. Not for Halloween Ends, but for her performance in the smash film and clear Oscar frontrunner Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And of course, Jamie Lee Curtis on the road to the Oscars. We talked during our last live stream that Jamie Lee, after 45 years in this business, starting with John Carpenter's Halloween, um, she is celebrating right now. She's on the road to the Oscars, just about 2 weeks away, where she is nominated for the first time in her entire career in the Best Supporting Actress category. Again, for her performance in Everything Everywhere All at Once. And last night was the Screen Actors Guild Awards, and it was broadcast live on Netflix's YouTube channel. And the film was nominated for a ton of awards, a ton of acting awards, and it pretty much swept everything it was nominated for. And our own Jamie Lee Curtis picked up another win for it, and she gave a really awesome, emotional acceptance speech. It was a great moment. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. Um, Before her category came up, though, it was already notable because, I don't know if you've ever watched this particular award show, but it's actors awarding actors, right? It's the Screen Actors Guild, and so they have this thing where they always begin the award show, the SAG Awards show. In recent years, they just always start with a montage of the different actors in attendance in the audience, and the camera will come up to them. They'll say a little quick thing about how they got started in acting, and then they'll say, "I'm Jamie Lee Curtis, and I'm an actor." Well, when it got to be Jamie's turn, she did give a little shout out and a very um, touching nod to a film that we all like to celebrate from time to time right here. So let's just see if we can watch just a few seconds of her talking here at the opening of the SAG Awards last night. Check it out.
I got my SAG card when I was 19 years old, when I signed a 7-year contract to Universal Studios and starred in an ABC TV series called Operation Petticoat, which was based on a movie that my father, Tony Curtis, Nepo baby, starred in. Now, I was fired from that TV show a year later, and I thought my life was over. But the good news is that if I hadn't been fired from Operation Petticoat, I would have never had the opportunity to audition for a little tiny, no-budget horror movie called Halloween, which changed my life. My name is Jamie Lee Curtis, and I am proudly an actor.
Yeah, that's right. Changed her life. Changed our life too, right? Hell yeah. It's pretty awesome. So it's pretty cool, to see her acknowledging that that moment that changed her life right there at the top of the show. All right, so then today, Jamie Lee Curtis made a little announcement, and this is the big news of the day here, big news of the week, big news for the franchise, and it is pretty big news because Jamie Lee Curtis announced today, very fittingly, on Monday, Michael Myers Monday. I appreciate her holding the announcement for today, that she, starting on Wednesday, March 1st, she's going to be selling autographed photos of her as Laurie Strode. And these can be personalized or not. And she's going to be selling them through her charity organization. Some of you may know she, in recent years, started a charity organization called My Hand in Yours. And they sell all kinds of stuff, handcrafted stuff very often. And 100% of the proceeds goes to her favorite charity, the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. And so we'll go over here right now, and we're going to take a look at this Instagram post. And this was posted throughout social media today, just a few hours ago. Jamie Lee Curtis says, quote, "To celebrate Make March Matter, our community effort benefiting Children's Hospital Los Angeles, I am teasing the selling on the My Hand in Yours website of signed and authenticated JLC Halloween photographs of Laurie Strode, generously donated by Ryan Green." He's the set photographer for the last 3 films. She goes on, she says, "They are embossed with a JLC My Hand in Yours logo, which proves their legitimacy and can be personalized or not. And they will come in My Hand in Yours envelope. And starting on March 1st, they will be offered at the My Hand in Yours website exclusively for just $150. And that's just for March, what they are calling Make March Matter." She goes on to say that starting on April 1st, the price will go up to $200. And she wraps up this post. She says, "Let's make March Matter together, and happy early Halloween, everyone, and make good choices and be kind, and remember that 100% of all proceeds go to the care and treatment of critically ill and injured children at Children's Hospital Los Angeles." So this is a pretty cool announcement, right? You can get JLC's autograph for $150 starting Wednesday. You can order it, authenticated, personalized to you, Hey, Matt, you're the best, JLC, that's pretty damn cool for somebody that's famously only ever made one convention appearance, and that's really the only other time that something like this was made available. So the fact that she's doing this, obviously she has recognized that, she's pulling in a ton of money from her charity organization, but she's no dummy. And she knows that there are fans like myself, like you guys out there, just waiting for this opportunity. So I wouldn't be surprised if she is shocked, if the charity is shocked at the amount of money that is actually raised here. So I'm curious what you guys think. First of all, are you going to be purchasing one of these autographs? There's the charity aspect, which makes it a feel-good endeavor to begin with. So, your money is going to a great cause right off the bat. It's Jamie Lee Curtis. It's not like these autographs are very, readily available very easily until now. So there's that. $150, that is a lot more than you would pay for the typical autograph at the typical horror convention. But then again, this isn't your typical guest at a typical horror convention either. Even $200, I think that's about what you would pay for her autograph at one of these events probably as well. The only difference being you might have a few seconds to say hi in that scenario. Of course, when she did do that Her Hound appearance, they sold photo ops like they do it at most of these events and everything, and that was part of it too. So, but let me hear from you right now in the live chat. Your thoughts on this announcement. Are you excited? Are you going to be making a purchase? If you're getting it personalized, what are you going to have her say on it? I'm curious about that as well. Or are you going to hold off? So I want to hear your thoughts about that. And then this also begs another question, if you ask me. And you guys, I'm sure, watching right now have probably already read my mind and you know what I'm saying. You probably thought the same thing when you saw this that I thought. Because I'm reading this and I'm thinking, well, this sounds, a lot like that Horror Hound appearance where she raised a ton of money for Children's Hospital. And like I said, I predict that this is going to shock even her wildest expectations. And they probably are going to make March matter. They are going to raise a ton in the month of March, and it's going to go on into April. So the next logical question is, what does this do as far as the chances of Jamie Lee Curtis possibly, conceivably, in some universe, making some kind of in-person appearance at 45 Years of Terror, right? We know it's happening the last weekend in September 29th and 30th, and October 1st. Pasadena, California. Not much else has been announced officially yet. She's only done that one convention appearance. It was strictly for charity. She's never offered official autographs like this before. And this is specifically a Laurie Strode, event right here that she is selling. I can see her seeing how successful this is and doing photos from her vast filmography and raising even more money. But so my take on this, it's not a whole lot different than when we talked about the possibility of could she appear at 45 Years of Terror a few weeks ago. I would still say the same thing I said then, which is to say that anything's possible. At the same time, I wouldn't be holding my breath. I wouldn't, I wouldn't be banking on it or anything. I wouldn't base your whole attendance on, oh, this means she's going to be there. No, nothing like that at all. I do believe that it was very close to happening as a surprise event at 40 Years of Terror in 2018. That was right the week that the 2018 film was coming out, so that would have been like even though it wasn't announced, it would have even been a charity thing. It would have just been a surprise thing. I do believe that was very close to happening. All I'll say about the likelihood of this is this just makes it a tiny bit more conceivable that she would be into doing something like this. If she's not shooting something, if she's not, on set producing something, she's got a lot of projects going on right now. You guys, she's producing projects and she's acting in projects and a lot of stuff going on. But if she were to be open and she were to be inspired by, say, the sales that she's going to see on these autographs, there's never been a better time, a more possible time in her career than right now. I mean, coming off of Ends, that emotional year she spent all last year doing all those emotional interviews, saying goodbye to the franchise, goodbye to the character, putting all of that into that, and then coming into this year, and again, go watch the YouTube video of her acceptance speech. It's great. She gets all emotional and everything, but they're celebrating her career. She's celebrating her career. She's acknowledging that this is, an amazing performance she did in the movie they're honoring it with the awards, but it's also, they're honoring her career. This is kind of how the Oscars work, and I don't know if she'll win the Oscars in 2 weeks, but man, could you imagine 2 weeks she wins the Oscars, it caps off this amazing experience from Ends to everywhere and to the Oscars. She's made all this amazing money for this great cause that she loves. Maybe she'd want to go there and spend a few hours and say goodbye one more time, with the people, actually in the room with the people, with us, and in the process raise a record amount of money for her charity. Again, I wouldn't hold my breath, but if ever it was going to happen, I can't see a better occasion, a better setup, a better scenario than this. And I would think that, again, the sales of these autographs might be just a little bit of proving ground, a little bit of like, well, if they don't do anything, if she still, if that make a dent compared to all the stuff they sell at My Hand and Yours already, then maybe they won't raise many eyebrows. But I kind of predict it's gonna put everything else they've ever sold, like blow all of that out of the water with how much it raises. But you guys tell me if you agree or not. And I'm going to turn over here in the live chat right now and see what you guys think about the great Jamie Lee Curtis offering Laurie Strode autographed photos for the first time ever online starting March 1st. Let's see. Andromeda. Hell yes. She'll be purchasing. Awesome. I think it's a fair price. I want her to say, me and Michael love you. Ah, that is awesome, Andromeda. I like that. That is a good personalization. Yeah, I think 150 is a fair price. Like I said, I was trying to guess what it was going to say, and I was thinking in my head probably $100 to $200. So yeah, 150 for the first month, and then raise it up to 200 for the if you don't get in the first month. Rob agrees, fair deal. Yeah. You think it's 50-50 that she's going to the 45th, but you think she'll definitely be there in 5 years for the 50th. Well, there you go. Teen Wolf's going to hold off on a photo, especially with the convention coming up. So many more actors to meet and signatures possible. Yes. Yeah, now that is where you really can, meet so many people that if you haven't met them already. I mean, I say last year, I mean 5 years ago. When I'm talking about the terror events, the 45 years of terror and the 40 years of terror, I say last year by accident sometimes. I mean 5 years ago. But Sammy agrees, a fair price. Halloween Lives, the podcast of Michael Myers in the house. What's up, guys? Happy Michael Myers Monday. You guys should go follow the Halloween Lives podcast. And if you haven't already, check me out on episode 3. Proud to be their first ever special guest on their podcast. We talked a little bit about it last week, but good to see those guys checking in there. Halloween Lives says, if she's there, take my money. Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know that she'll be there, but it kind of feels like the stars could align. And I did say during our last live stream that, imagine it if she announced that she was going, and again, to strictly raise money for charity. And then imagine if, like, some of the other guests, like Nick Castle and James and some of these guys, decide to take a cue from her, and maybe they don't donate 100% to their proceeds, but, even just a portion, even just 5 or 10%, and combine that with what she would make just being there for, let's not even say 2 days. Let's just say like a single day appearance, a 4-hour window or something, even just that. How much she could raise just doing that. I think it could be eye-opening in so many ways. And like I said during our last Triple M, St. Michael for the win, if that's the case, right? Byron's back. What's up, man? Happy Triple M. Uncle Jizzle says, PJ Souls told me at a Gettysburg PA con that someone close to her believes she'll be at age 45. Excellent. That's good to hear. I mean, I don't think anybody knows right now, and I think things could change, and I think it'd be something they would certainly announce in advance, but they're not going to announce this far in advance, 6 months out. But, like I said, if it's ever been possible in the past, I think it's more possible now than it ever was before. Especially given today's announcement. Does today's announcement make it more or less likely? Lots more likely, I would say. At least a little more likely, I'll say. Phil says I should interview her talking about Jamie. Yeah, yeah, I'm working on that one. Yeah, well, you never know. You never say never, right? Yeah, we would love to talk to Jamie Lee Curtis, even if it was just a couple minutes. But then what do I ask her? If I've got 3 minutes with Jamie Lee Curtis, you guys tell me what's the one question? Help me out if it came down to it. Help me out with that. So that is pretty big news, and somebody commented earlier today when we were posting that we were going to be talking about this tonight. They said, Michael Myers is the franchise, not Jamie Lee Curtis, and yeah, I mean, I would agree. That's definitely true, but she is undeniably an integral part of the franchise. Is it nothing without her? No, that's not fair to say either. But she is an integral part of it. It is, and it's again never more so than right now, coming out of these last 3 movies, where she has really embraced the franchise. Not, she has always embraced it, but more than ever, and pop culture has embraced the Laurie Strode character more than ever. So, I like Andromeda's "Me and Michael Love You." That'd be cool to have her sign. Patrick has a good point. It all depends on if she wins that Oscar, because anyone that wins an Oscar starts getting roles thrown at them. So she might be busy then. Yes, now that's certainly no joke. I think a lot of it depends on if she wins. I think if she wins in a way, morale wise, and just her state of mind, I would say it'd make it more likely that she'd be into something like that. But like you said, that might lead to some more film offers that wouldn't necessarily come otherwise. I don't know, and she might already be have plans and be busy during that weekend. But I mean, these appearances, they fly in early in the morning and leave that evening sometimes for these type of things. It could be done. It certainly could be done. We've all seen the documentary that from her Horrorhound appearance. It was great the night she came home, and it was great. And it could be something similar to that. Uh, but that is a very valid and good point that she might just be busy, and I do think that's what happened in 2018. I think I think there was in the works for her to make at least a surprise appearance, and something just came up, and I don't know if it was work or personal, but and that stuff happens. That stuff happens with the other guests sometimes as well. But all I'm saying is, and again, I don't know nothing. I haven't heard no insight. I mean, what do you say? You've talked to somebody who's talked to somebody. Hey, all I know is it's still a long shot. She's a very busy person. Um, Another thing is that conventions themselves, I think, are more, I guess, accepted. It might be the term in like a different A-list level than it ever has been before. And what I mean by that is a few decades ago, I mean, it's really been the last decade to 2 decades that conventions really have come into their own, and just really just been everywhere, to the point where you get A-list working movie stars doing Comic Cons now, and big name filmmakers, um, but I think to a certain crowd, a certain audience of perceived A-listers, they might have looked down on conventions in decades prior. You know what I mean? As something that was beneath them, and something that you only do if you're like a B list or a C list performer, or a has been or something like that. Now, those of us that have been to these things, kids and have experienced this stuff, we know that it's not really like that. I mean, you can see how once upon a time it might be conceived that way, but once you go and once you're there, and I've talked to everybody from guests to fellow vendors to other fans like us, I mean, on every level, and they all agree that, yeah, whatever you're conceiving it as on that level, once you're there and in the middle of it, you realize it's nothing like that. You had it all wrong. But I think now more than ever, people even like Jamie Lee Curtis on her level recognize that and can see that yeah, it's a legit thing. It's a connecting with your audience in a way that you can't really any other way. And and she got to taste that at the Horror Hound. And so anyway, the fact that she's again just selling a Laurie Strode product on the My Hand in Yours, I think it opens some doors for more of that to happen. I think more of that will happen because, quite frankly, like I said about even before this happened, I said the number one reason why I think it's very possible she could make an appearance is that charity factor. She loves to, donate that money, and man, she could raise a lot of it, and she knows it, and it's there, and it just makes us spending that $150 or $200 feel that much better about it. You know what I mean? So I think it's a win-win for everybody. But again, you guys keep sounding off. I want to hear what you guys think. Rob says Jamie deserves the Oscar. Again, the Oscars sometimes it's not as much what they did in this role. It's always that, but sometimes we know they're kind of awarding a career sometimes with some of these performers, and I kind of feel like in a way, as great as her work that she's nominated for is, I think it's a celebration of her career and her body of work in a lot of ways. Vibes asking if I'm ready for the new Scream film. Hell yeah, I can't wait for Scream 6. Takes place during Halloween too. It's going to be awesome. Andromeda says the great thing about horror, we can all actually meet each other and get to know each other and be a real family. I think Jamie loves that too. Yeah, I think so. I think she's got more of appreciation for it now than ever before. Even last year, touring around, talking about Laurie Strode, going around the world, just really embracing how that character has touched so many people and this franchise has. David says she'll put a lot of Happy Halloween on the photos. Yes. Yes. That will be, I agree. That should be next week's poll. What will be the most, yeah, that'll have to be an all right in question, though. What will be the most requested Jamie Lee Curtis personalization? Halloween lives, greatest first guest of all time. Thanks. Happy Mike. Thanks, man. That's yeah. I don't know if I'm the greatest first guest of all time, but hey, I'll take it. I'll take it from you guys. We're here among friends here on the Triple M crowd, so I don't know if that's true, but for tonight, for this moment, I'll bask in it. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Rob, yes, you're right. The price is way more than fair. If it were convention, it would be more like 500. Probably. You're probably right. Pika says her hand is going to hurt badly sending all those pictures. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's right. You were there at the New York Comic Con. She was crying like a baby. She really cares. Yeah, yeah. I think it's so I think this is a big deal that she's offering that, and I think it will be a sign of things to come. Absolutely, I think she'll offer probably not just from this franchise, other iconic roles she's done. I can see this opening up a whole new branch for her charity. You know what I mean? all of her famous friends. Are you kidding? I mean, all she's got to do is ask Kyle Richards to do it, and she'll do it too. That's another thing I said. How about if Jamie and Kyle both appeared at 45, um, with giving 100% of proceeds to charity? That'd raise a lot too. You know what I mean? Because Kyle Richards, as much as we all love her, a public appearance like that would bring out all of her Real Housewives fans too, and that's no small fandom in itself. So imagine all of that crowd filtering into Pasadena Convention Center during 45 Years Terror as well. All I know is that could be a lot of money raised for charity, man. All right. Before we do the poll results, well, I guess we'll go ahead and do the poll results now. The next poll is going to launch, I think, at midnight, and that's in about 15 minutes. But let me hang on just 1 second, guys. I'm going to pull up our poll results. If you'll remember, we asked just last Monday, we didn't do a live show, but I posted a poll, and I asked for your favorite Halloween franchise character other than Michael Myers. And so we're going to look at the results of that here in just a minute, and then we will post this week's poll question. All right, give me just about 1 minute to pull this up, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, that was a little bit longer than a minute. Apologies for that, everybody. All right, I'm gonna check in with the live chat again, and then we are gonna go into our poll results and then some shout outs. All right, let's see here. Andromeda, Linda Blair signing cans of pea soup. I did not see that for her charity. I imagine though. I know she's got her animal charity. I did not see that though. If that's for real. What's up, Darlene? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Good to see you in here. Thanks for hanging out. Andromeda says, by the way, watched Ends again the other day, and Laurie was holding a paper airplane in the scene where she gets in a fight with Allison. So she was there with Corey at Jeremy's house. Yes, I noticed that too, and that's very cool that you point that out. Yeah, we need to do some more dissection on that movie sometimes, maybe a watch along or something. But I noticed that too in my rewatch. That is very interesting because we remarked before that that scene where she's talking to Corey could almost be taken as like maybe it's all in his head. But then you're right. In the next scene with Allison, she does have that paper plane. So she pulled a total Michael Myers, I just disappeared moment. You know what I mean? Like how he can just, teleport out of there. And so good catch, Andromeda. But yes, I agree. I agree. That's the tip off there that, she was there. Or it gets weirder if not. If that was in Corey's head, then how does the plane um because the plane, well, I guess he would have given statements and testified to things and told the whole story about the paper airplane, and so maybe she would have read all of that and known all that, because then you could go into a whole other area of questioning and wonder, well, how did Laurie even know about the whole paper airplane thing, because she wasn't around during that scene or anything, but maybe she did some reading up on it. As we've said, that film will be ripe for dissection and interpretation and reinterpretation, um, and a reevaluation for years to come. I have no doubt. But that's a very good point. Andromeda says, I've seen so much more in it lately. That film won't leave my mind alone. I hear you. I hear you. I think about it all the time too. Yeah, yeah, it grows on you in a way that, yeah, that you don't see coming. Darlene, snowstorm in Cali. Wow. Uh, that's crazy. Uh, yeah. Teen Wolf, that's what we're talking about. Some people were wondering if Corey might have imagined that whole scene with Laurie, the Corey Laurie scene on the stairway, where she's like sitting in the chair and kind of banging, but she is holding that paper plane, and Drama is exactly right. That is um, um, a great catch if you didn't catch it before. Teen Wolf says, now if only we can figure out how Corey learned to Nightcrawler teleport in front of a shotgun. The mask. The mask helped him, is all I can say. That's what I think. All right, let's get to these poll results, shall we? Um, our poll, speaking of Corey, um, let's go into these poll results. And this is going to be a new regular thing along with shout outs that we do here on Michael Myers Monday. We'll read the results of the previous week's poll. We'll have it up for a week in the community tab. Have the poll open for 7 days, and then the next Monday we'll talk about the results and we'll launch this week's. So last week I asked Who is your favorite Halloween movie franchise character other than Michael Myers? And of course, um, YouTube allows us to put up to 5 options. So I filled the 5 options up with 5 of my favorite. And but as always, if your choice is not among the options, write it on in. And whether it is or not, then feel free to give us your testimonial as to why your answer is right in the comments below. So let's go to these results right now. We got a total of 177 votes, and starting from the bottom and going up in 5th place. By the way, our characters that I listed as the 5 options, they are Laurie Strode, Dr. Loomis, Jamie Lloyd, Allison, and Corey Cunningham. In 5th place, with just 2% of the vote, is Allison. So, not a lot of people's favorite character. Again, the results of this not too surprising, honestly, because the bottom 3 here are all pretty low, and the top 2, which I'm sure you can imagine who are the top 2, are much higher. So, in 4th and 3rd place, tied, both with just 5%. So again, all of the bottom 3 collectively only make 12% of the total vote. And again, not a huge surprise, but a little surprised with this one. 2 characters tied, both with 5%. Corey Cunningham is one. So interesting that Corey did get just a few more votes than Allison even. But the other character I was a little bit surprised with, only 5% of the vote, Jamie Lloyd. Not a ton of Jamie Lloyd fans participating in this poll. Now we get into the final 2, Laurie versus Loomis. Laurie versus Loomis. Again, though, knowing you guys, how I know you guys in our regular crowd here on Michael Myers Mondays, not too surprising how this went. Laurie Strode came in a respectable 2nd place with 25% of the vote, but the overwhelming favorite character, other than the Shape, in these movies, for the majority of you guys, the vast majority of you guys, 63% of you guys that participated in this poll, very fitting 63%, considering how the whole story started in 1963, and that's when Dr. Loomis first encountered young Michael Myers, isn't it? Yes, Dr. Samuel Loomis, the hero of this franchise, the ultimate hero of this franchise. Yes, he is your favorite character other than the Shape in this franchise with 63% of the vote. Again, not very surprising. My only kind of surprising thing, I mean, I figured Loomis would probably win and Laurie would be in 2nd place. I did kind of expect Jamie Lloyd to place a little bit higher. But and again, this is, who participated in it. So there we go. And then we can look at the comments real quick. I mean, most of you just kind of wrote in who you were voting for. Cody Reactions mentioned Loomis, Laurie, Jamie, and Hawkins. I did leave off Hawkins. He got a vote there in the write-ins. Andre Del Campo says my favorite doctor. Yeah, I hate doctors, but Loomis is okay. Mark Hall just wrote in his Laurie Strode answer, so I guess that's technically another vote for her. And Eric V. Thaler 92 says hard to decide either Laurie or Loomis, but if I was forced to pick one, it would be Loomis. So there you go, Dr. Loomis. All right, so now in about 90 seconds, when it hits midnight on February 28th, 2023, this week's poll will begin over in the community section here on the HDN YouTube channel. And this week's question, we want to know, this should be a fun one. Everybody's got an opinion here. And again, if your answer is not represented in the options, you're more than welcome to write your answer in. But This week, we are opening it up. We want to know, what is your favorite Halloween franchise timeline? I am all for this franchise being a choose your own adventure franchise. I think it is unique like that. And I think starting in 2018, they said, fuck it, we are going to lean into that and own that choose your own adventure and just be that. And now you see other franchises saying, yeah, screw it. Halloween did it. So, but what that means is you really can choose your own adventure. You can watch it so many different ways. And I've got 4 specific timelines listed here as options, but that's really only arguably the most popular 4. There are arguably many other timelines you could go. For example, you could just watch Halloween 78 and stop. That's one timeline right there. You can watch part 1 and part 2 and stop. That's one timeline. You could watch Season of the Witch and stop. That's one timeline. Okay, but for our purposes, here, the timelines that we listed in the options. And you can name any of those as your favorite as you want, but we went with the 4 main most popular timelines. I think are going to be the most popular, but you guys will let me know. There's what we're calling the classic timeline, Halloween 1 to 2 to H2O to Resurrection. And then the Thorn timeline, which is 1 to 2 to 4 to 5 to 6. And then there's Rob Zombie's timeline, the remake timeline, Halloween 07 to Halloween 209. And then there's what I call the Strode timeline, because I call these most recent movies the Strode trilogy. And that is Halloween 78 to Halloween 2018 to Kills to Ends. And again, you can write your choice in there. I did not put Season of the Witch as a standalone option in there because technically any of the films, well, not any of them, but you could watch 78 as a standalone, and that, like I said, in itself is one timeline. Same with Season of the Witch. So you can write those in as your choices as well, if that's your fact. But we were looking for, a choose your own adventure. And truly, after Season of the Witch, there's not a lot to choose where to go after that, other than to end, really. Or now you can technically, I guess, go to 2018 and follow that timeline and find some cool stuff. But there you go. That's this week's Triple M poll. Be sure to participate. And yeah, we're going to hit refresh, and that will be live right here over there in the community tab here on the HDN YouTube channel. Byron votes for the new David Gordon Green timeline. Sammy says the 78. Loomis rules. Hell yes, Dr. Loomis. Matthews Leo checking in from Porto Alegre, Brazil. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Michael Myers Monday to you. Thank you for hanging out and joining us all the way from Brazil. That is awesome. Amazing. Obvious answer is Tina, the character for yes, that should have been. David Seward just cast his vote. Awesome. Again, this will just be a regular thing we'll do each time. We'll go over the results of the previous week's poll and any comments there, and then we'll launch a new one. So if you guys got ideas for good poll questions over the next couple weeks, drop us a line either down in the comments below if you're watching this on a replay or right here in the live chat here tonight. Liz says 78 is the best. Hell yeah. All right, let's pull up some Triple M shout outs, shall we? You guys know what's up. Every week since October of 2013, when we started the Michael Myers Monday hashtag on social media, we encourage like-minded fans like us, like you, to participate, celebrate your fandom, and we like to pick out just a couple of those from Twitter and Instagram each week, and what we call Triple M shout outs. So let's go. Let's start here on Twitter. This comes to us from Michael Myers at The Sheep. When another week of Michael Myers Monday slides in. That's pretty cool. We see Michael. It looks like Jason's in line behind him, taking a little slide at the playground. I like that. Up next, also from Twitter, this comes from Kevin11 at the Spirit 84. Michael Myers at 11 p.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and 8 minutes before my alarm when the eyes are finally closed. And here a very special shout out to the great Tyler Mane himself, Michael Myers, in Rob Zombie's films, of course, horror icon that he is. Celebrating Michael Myers Monday every week like he does. This week, he posted this on Twitter. He says, geared up and ready to tackle this week like, and you can see, like Michael about to do some damage, hunting Laurie hiding in the roof at the climax of H07. His tweet continues. Honestly, though, these past few weeks have been flying by. I've got a couple cons coming up next month, and I'm also excited to get my bike fired back up. So there you go. There you go. Tyler getting stoked for some cons, as we all are. Con season gearing up to get going. Moving over to Instagram now. This one comes from Horror Bean. Says just another Michael Myers Monday. Got it going on there with the Halloween t-shirt and the blanket. Can never have too much Halloween merch. Decorating the house. Or collectibles for that matter. This one also from Instagram is Chicago Boogeyman. I love that Loomis figure, carrying the Loomis theme on through here, right on into the end of the show here. And then one more shout out. This is I Wish I Had You All Alone 23 on Instagram. She is awesome, always sharing Laurie Strode cosplay photos every single Michael Myers Monday, and not just on Mondays as well. She's definitely a super fan. You can see she's got the jacket going on, got the composition going on. She's photoshopped herself into the scene, even got the hand placement just like JLC's in that behind the scenes photo from the set of Halloween Ends. So there we go. Feel free to tag us on your social media, and always don't forget to use the Michael Myers Monday hashtag every week. Every Monday we do this. And if you are new here and liked what you saw and like doing this type of stuff, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on the notifications and plan to join us. We do this most Mondays. Some weeks we're off, but be sure to turn on those notifications so you don't miss when we are here live. And these aren't the only live streams we do here on the channel. This isn't the only reporting we do here on the Halloween Daily News channel. We cover all things Halloween. It's just that Mondays are all about Michael specifically, about this franchise specifically. But we cover all things Halloween, and we got a lot of cool stuff coming up in the next few weeks, in the next few months. Working on putting together some new exclusive video interviews for you guys here. Very excited about some of the people I'm talking to. Some of them are going to be from this franchise as we embark on celebrating the 45th anniversary of the franchise itself. Getting close to 45 years of terror. We're going to be talking to a lot of people that have worked on various films throughout these last 45 years in this franchise. Some of these will be friends of ours who we've talked to before, and we're going to bring them back on here. Others are going to be some new faces that we're going to be talking to for the first time, and I'm looking forward to all of that and sharing all of that with you. So you're not going to want to miss any of that. So like I said, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of it. And lots of other cool stuff. So if you've seen anything here tonight and you've got more questions about it, you can probably learn about it anytime at HALOWEENDailyNews.com. You can always drop us a line in the comments, or you can contact us directly via email, HALOWEENDailyNews.com/contact. Or just go to our website and click on the contact tab, fill out the form, and you can reach us there anytime. If you've got a news, a tip that you think something we should know about, we should be reporting on, hit us up there. Whatever that if you've got comments, something that you think we should know, you can hit us up that way as well. And of course, we're all over all the socials: Facebook, IG, Twitter, Slasher, TikTok, all that good stuff. But here at YouTube, this is where it's really at. This is where it's really at with you guys. You guys are the best. All right, Sandy, it's time. Michael, hell yes. I would love to see James Jude Courtney have a cameo in The Exorcist is Andromeda. Hell yes. Yes. I would love to see him have a cameo too. Vibes vote 78 timeline. Hell yes. Pika likes the one with Pastor Myers. Yeah. T Wolf says that would be awesome. Need more James Jude Courtney. Yes, bring it on. Can't have too much. All right. It is officially after midnight here on the East Coast. Our next Triple M poll of the week is up. So when you leave here, run over there to the community tab if you got a few seconds. Answer the poll question. We'll discuss the answers next week during our next Michael Myers Monday live stream. Some of the stuff we're going to be talking about in coming weeks. Some of the more recent fan films that have come out that we haven't talked about. There's a few of those I've been kind of banking over here on the side. We're going to talk about here at some point. And it's about time to talk more about some Michael Myers music. I mean, songs about Michael Myers, songs that lovingly reference Michael Myers or this franchise otherwise. So we're going to have some different themed nights sometimes too. And you never know, we might even get a guest in here. That's right, a live guest here. We've only done that one time. That's a trivia question for some of you longtime loyal watchers. Who's the one guest we had here on a Monday night live? If you know, say in the live chat or in the comments below. I'm not going to say right now, because if you don't know, you'll just have to scroll back and watch a couple years worth of Michael Myers Mondays to find out. All right, guys. As always, this has been amazing. This has been awesome. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Turn on your notifications, and check us out on all the socials that I just named. I forgot what I was going to say. I think because I've already said it, it's about that time of night where I start getting loopy and the alcohol starts kicking in. So I'm going to go before it does anymore. You guys are awesome. This has been amazing. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you all for watching. And happy Michael Myers Monday!